What's up, guys? Alright, I'm going to talk about how I became a believer in Jiu Jitsu, because I wasn't an instant convert. So, like a lot of people, the first time I really heard of it was during UFC 1. And I knew the UFC first one, whatever, I don't remember if it was called that. Maybe it was still called UFC. But anyhow, it was like 93, 94. I didn't watch it live, but I remember the next day after it happened, one of my really good friends, he called me up. He's like, dude, you got to come over and watch this, man. I recorded that event last night, and you won't believe this, but this this little guy just choked everyone out, and he won. I'm like, oh damn, cool. So I went over that next day, and to check it out. And, I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. I had no idea who any of the fighters were. None. I mean, just, obviously, just live in the United States. I watched boxing, and that was the era of, just going from, like, Tyson to Holyfield, George Foreman, rebirth of him and everything like that. So I was more into boxing than anything like that. And so I didn't know anyone. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I started finding out a little bit more and more about it. I found out that the UFC was put on by the Gracie family, and obviously Royce was the winner. So I'm like, well, kind of, let's face it, I mean, the reason to be skeptical, right? It's they got to pick ultimately who got to compete. So they're probably, in my mind, they were like, all right, so they made some matches and everything that, that wasn't a good matchup against Jiu Jitsu. And some of the fighters, I think it was the first one when Royce's first fight, if I'm not mistaken, was a boxer. And it was some awful guy. I can't remember who it is now. But it was someone, he sucked, man. I mean, he was terrible when he was a pro boxer. And he came out there, he's wearing like one glove and one open hand, and it was just ridiculous. The guy looked like a clown. He got taken to the ground and started tapping right away, and so I mean, everything to me looked like it was just set up, for Jiu Jitsu to win. So I was pretty skeptical. I don't think I really watched again for some time until I heard that Dan Severn was competing. And a lot of my good friends growing up were wrestlers, and so they knew a lot about wrestlers, and hence I learned about wrestlers. And so I knew who Dan Severn was, and I knew he was a badass, and I knew he was an All-American in college, and I'm like, all right, this guy is not going to roll over for anyone. So I think that was UFC 4, maybe, whatever. So anyways, I watched that one live, and so first thing first, I'm obviously rooting for Dan. He's just the guy. He looks just like a badass, right? He's just, and not only that, he is a badass. I mean, he's a big, gigantic, like probably 6'3", 6'4", just built, mustache. He's a handsome guy. He looked like an old West type villain, the guy in the black hat. So I love the guy. Awesome. So so UFC 4 or whatever, I think it was, starts going, I don't even know what year this was, mid-90s, something around there. Dan just fucking hammers some of the people he's with. He just suplexed this guy unconscious. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Wait till he gets his hands on that small Gracie fuck, and he's gonna wreck him. So so Dan, whatever. I think it was the finals they met. But anyway, when they met up, if that was the matchup I wanted to see, I wanted to see Dan Severn kick Royce Gracie's ass all over the octagon. So they get in there, and I remember Dan shooting and taking Royce down quick, and I was like, ha, yes, it's over. It's gonna be over. I mean, Royce couldn't even react. It was quick as hell, man. Dan was so fast for a big guy. He just took Royce right down. And so I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. And then there wasn't a lot of action going on. Just Dan on top. So I mean, I'm like, oh yeah, come on, he's gonna, he'll get loose a little bit and get a little space and just start, to mess up Royce and everything. But the whole time, it's like, oh my god, it's like Royce, they kept on showing the camera like from outside, and I remember like he looked really like squashed, uncomfortable. He looked miserable. I mean, I know when I get stacked in jiu-jitsu, I'm pretty miserable. I didn't know this back then, but I mean, I saw his expression and I saw what was going on, and it looked sucky. And to me, it is sucky being squashed, especially a big old guy that's probably 60, 70 pounds heavier than Royce. So it was going. It was getting a little dull. I was like, oh, come on, let's go, come on. Let's finish this Gracie guy off and let's get out of here, you know? Because I can just tell my friends, see, that jiu-jitsu's bullshit, I told you. So then all of a sudden, late in there, I remember Dan's like he's down low, but he was up on his legs. He's kind of ass up and everything. And whatever, it's like, all right, he's going to escape and pound him a little bit and end this thing. And all of a sudden, I remember Dan, he puts his arm out and starts hitting the mat. Honestly, I didn't even know he was tapping out. I didn't know. I was like, whatever he's doing. I'm like, what's he trying to do? It goes through my mind at the time, like, he's trying to get his fans riled up, get the crowd riled up or something. Honestly, that's what I thought I did. And then all of a sudden, you know, the ref ended it, and it was like, holy, what just happened, man? I had no idea. Like, I was like, no way, what do you mean this is over? I was like in disbelief, right? I was like, what the hell just happened? I have no idea why. Then when they ended it, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, it couldn't have been an accident. Like, this ref obviously clearly just blew it and just screwed up somehow. But no, man, he tapped. And that was, whatever, Dan got his ass triangled. And after that, I mean, what was I gonna say, right? I couldn't double down and say, oh, that jiu-jitsu's bullshit, it sucks. You know, shit doesn't work. Dude, it worked on a guy that I knew was a legitimate badass, you know, and that was done, man. I was like, all right, you know what, I'm convinced it's, that clearly is a martial art to be reckoned with. And it's a fighting style that has to be reckoned with. And you know, and at this point, it's like I couldn't doubt that it was just the Gracies setting up these tomato cans up in front of Royce and taking him down. I mean, you know, I knew who Severn was and everything, and so that was unreal. And ever since then, man, it's like, wow. It always kept in back. I didn't do jiu-jitsu for years later. Okay, I was still into other things and everything. You know, I was playing football at that time, and then not too long after that is when I got into bodybuilding. So I had other things going on, but I always had that in the back of my mind. Particularly since I've done like stand-up martial arts, striking, you know, things that I've done with boxing when I was younger, and learned that. One of my uncle is a boxing instructor, so I was able to get really good instruction. My garage growing up was it looked awesome. It was like a boxing. It wasn't a ring, but it was like a little, training center. I had different size speed bags, heavy bags, all around. So I knew how to use my hands. But it always stuck out to me after that knowing ground game and knowing grappling. So eventually, when things got on later, I kind of, after, you know, got done with the bodybuilding, things like that, was looking for other things to do and other challenges. And it's like, fuck, now's my time, man. Jump into jiu-jitsu. And there's a place not far from where I live, and I found an awesome home there, and I've been there ever since. So it's kind of weird. I didn't come over to jiu-jitsu because of Royce Gracie, actually. I came over because of Dan Severn. If they never got him, man, I don't know. I don't know if I ever would have bought into it and just, you know, and believed in it. So, Dan, thanks, my brother. I appreciate it. Because of you, I am doing the sport I absolutely love. So, thanks very much. Guys, that's all I want to say. Just a little personal history of how I found myself into jiu-jitsu. And, hey, man, if you guys have, like, I'm curious. Let me know how you got into it. You know, just this stuff. If there's a story like that, or, you know, I'd love to hear it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Ooosss.